is the Motovation Podcast, hosted by Laurie Joy Kingwell and Krissy Vann. That's me. And we're taking you on a little off-roading.
And every single week, we're going to be joined by our dope friend, Richelle from True Grit Moto.
Woo! Hey, I floss.
And every week, we are going to ask each other stupid questions, and we're going to answer them. And why, you may ask? Because we can. All right, this is your Motovation
Off-road edition.
All right. I want to know what kind of clappers are you guys?
I mean, I got it checked and the doctor said it's on.
Oh,
the clap.
We got none of that. What was, whoa, one at a time. Whoa. No one heard that.
Mine was just stupid.
Mine was too.
Okay, I'll set up. We're going to start from the beginning because that was a hot mess. We're all just disasters. What kind of clappers are you? Okay, let's give some scenarios here. Let's give the scenario in which this question originated in my brain from. I was at this, where it's like a little symphony in a church here in Vancouver, and they set up these like, they're not real candles for the fire hazard, but they're just candles everywhere on stage, and then there's 4 musicians, and it's like violins. I think they're all violins actually, and they play the most incredible music in this church. It's like a concert, and now you're
now I know you did Fever. What is
that? What it's called?
So what's the musician that you went for, or type of music? Because every time it's like a theme.
Yeah. It was actually the Taylor Swift.
Oh my God. Of course it is, which leads into my question later, but we're going to hold on to that. My question.
You got to make sure that that's your question this round, because it won't make sense if it's in a different
Exactly.
episode.
That's why I'm like,
that'll be the next one.
Continue. I have so many questions for you.
When this church, what kind of clapper are you in these scenarios? Like, or just in general, what kind of clapper are you?
I don't adapt my clap per scenario.
That's what I mean. I was like, no one adapts their clap. You're right. That's why it was just, we were really on the struggle bus to get this off the.
What does it mean to adapt
a clap? Well, you know, if you're in a quiet space, or you're in a theater, or you're in a like stadium, obviously you might add some woohoos to it. Hooty hoos, but your clap essentially stays pretty consistent. But what kind of clapper are you?
Somebody because there's
there's loud clappers, there's the big clappers, there's the fast clappers, there's the quick clappers, there's the like just doing my bit, there's the knee slap clappers that don't want to fully commit. Yeah,
what I was saying earlier. I was a cheerleader, so I have a cheerleader clap.
Let's hear it.
Cup of the hands.
And I'm also an airport clapper. Just want to throw that out there. It's controversial.
You're the people on the plane that do the clap when we land?
Fuck yeah. I initiate the clap, because you can tell that people are kind of like, and I'm like, you guys are fucking miserable. We're in paradise. Welcome. But everyone's like,
where are you landing? I landed Saskatchewan. No one's clapping because we've landed down there. Where are you?
Are you clapping for that? Clap. I'm like, woo, we're live.
Like, I think that's more the clap. Yeah. It's not about paradise
these
as much
days
as
when
like
windows are coming off of planes and shit.
I saw that on TikTok. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
Off.
Yeah. They didn't bolt the window. It was, and it's not an isolated issue.
Can you imagine? I'm the one that sleeps against the window.
Well, you were
calm, right?
The craziest part, Laurie, to catch you up is like, obviously, if people hadn't been like strapped in, they could have been sucked out from the force, and things were. And 2 iPhones that got sucked out survived. Like, they operated after the fall. So iPhone, I mean, what a great marketing campaign.
No doubt. Yeah,
right?
Get sucked out of a plane, survive.
Because they landed an iPhone somewhere in Oregon or maybe Washington State. So the phones got reunited with the owners.
Good Lord.
Off-road.
Up in the air.
Good Lord. I guess the question still lies. What kind of clapper are you? No, I'm kidding.
Off-road.
I feel like for me clapping, I like to really have like a good rhythm, but I totally I feel like my claps do change. Sometimes if I'm at like a super exciting sports game, I'm like,
Yes.
Right.
I like really
Right.
go to ham on it because I really want everybody to hear. And I'm always like, yeah, MVP. Clap, clap, clap. And then if I'm at like I was gonna say a funeral. You don't clap at funerals.
I mean, you could.
Sometimes the eulogies you clap after.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah, you're right. And it's more of a silent one. Like I try to like make it kind of
A
rhythmic.
silent
So
clap.
it's like beautiful, It's like,
Oh, what do you mean? Yeah, what does a beautiful clap sound and look like?
I feel like, okay, what is a beautiful clap? A beautiful clap kind of sounds like this. It's like,
See, but a grouping of those,
Like a riddle.
a grouping of those, I actually have, like, it grosses me out. This is like an actual thing you could ask Gab when there is like a light golf clap where everyone's half committed and it's just that smattering. I hate that sound.
doesn't
Like,
it? I mean, I'm gay. Doesn't it sound like balls hitting an ass or something?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah,
wrong.
you're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong, actually. As you said it, I was like, no, yeah, you're not wrong.
But
Someone's watched some porn.
kind of like,
Yeah, kind of. It's like
Yeah.
also,
I
it
can't
feels
argue
like the
that.
equivalent to a lazy handshake. It's like you just either commit or don't at all. Just one of the two. But I could see how that could give you the like, ugh, the
Yeah.
icks, the yicks.
I mean, it
Gives
doesn't
me the
now that I'm going to have like the balls visual. It's going to turn it around for me.
Yeah,
oh, good. I'm glad. See,
it's
I
good.
knew it.
So wait, did we establish what kind of clapper you are, Krissy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Cheerleader.
yeah, cheerleader clap.
Yeah.
Right. Mine is there's no shock here, but it's not an attempt to, but it's loud. I've got like a very loud smack of the hand. And so I'm not trying to, but like if I clap in a room or something, because I say something makes me laugh and I do like ha 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 clap, it's jarringly loud. When I'm in a group, it just kind of fades into whatever's happening unless whoever's sitting beside me is like, ouch, like this hurts the ears a bit. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to make it less loud though, unless I'm just clapping my fingertips, which just is weird.
So now I know this came up because you were at this event and there were violins and there were candles and it was calm and you were the aggressive clapper and somebody was like, not the clap for this venue.
No, do you know why this came up? Is because there was the weirdest clappers beside us, just down the bench down. They barely waited. I kid you not. Barely waited till the music was over and they so quickly and passionately and aggressively clapped that like a couple times the song was still going and it was the most awkward, like, because they were like clap 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 and it was like no the song's not done, and then it would drop quickly. But it was like it was almost as if that was their parent in the stands that couldn't contain their pride and excitement. But it was so intense, and it would be like the last note wasn't even finished, and just like clap, 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 and then everyone would join in.
I'm gonna guess that they were like, "We're going to this concert." Got started on some like MDMA or mushrooms, then realized it was super calm, and we're like, "This is our chance to get the energy out."
They had kids, so I'd be concerned.
Clapping.
I would be highly concerned about these people and how they like to party on a Tuesday evening. And to be clear, it was at 6:30 p.m.
Amazing.
So so what I'm saying is it's likely.
And it was a church event, and Taylor Swift was there.
Yeah. All right,
so
Krissy?
On the Taylor note, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, Super Bowl is on the horizon, and there is a ton of global drama happening because of this. What are your thoughts on what is unfolding? Yes, it's like
you got to fill me in. I don't know what's unfolding. I'm like, you got to fill us in here.
Insane divisiveness. Basically, people are. I'll give you some statistics actually, because
Wait, what?
This is like one of the
Richelle
top.
And I must live under a rock, because if there's statistics around this drama, and we're like, I just learned that these two were dating, and like who the dude is, I don't even know. Like 3 weeks ago, maybe.
It's had Travis Kelce. It's had a huge impact on the NFL. Right now in Google Trends, this is like the number one trending globally. Like this is what the world is focused on at the moment, because
course they
apparently
are.
there's nothing else.
Of course we
important to
are.
do.
Look at us. We're doing it right now. Shame.
Well, I'm doing it on purpose because everyone's talking about it.
I know.
So, basically, it's had a huge impact on the NFL. They've had their highest regular season viewership among women since the year 2000. Swift's
Ooh, this is a
association with the
problem.
NFL has added, you're going to understand what the problem is, because it's a woman that has brought all these women into the sport. She's brought $330 million in brand value to the Chiefs and the league because of this huge surge of women that are now watching the NFL. And of course, people are furious. So essentially, because now they've just made it into the Super Bowl, that means Taylor Swift will be at the Super Bowl. And I would say majority males are like, get the fuck out of here. Like, she doesn't belong in football. So yeah, I'm just curious your thoughts. Like, I know you haven't looked at the divisiveness that's happening online, but
I do have a surprising thought. As far as like so the one thing I do see there being a thing, like a legit reason to be a bit pissed off. It's one thing for people, whatever gender you are, however you identify, to come into an arena of interest because you actually have an interest in what's taking place. There's another thing of wanting to be in the arena because the person that you like fandom over is that's your focal point, is like, say, Taylor Swift. So like the one thing that I do see in that is like, if they're the ones that now are suddenly interested in the sport through Taylor Swift, very fucking cool. And if it's just because you're misogynist and you're like, no women and we don't want, this is our guy time, fuck off, grow up. But if your tickets suddenly, you can't get tickets to the game that you've had, to sport that you've loved and had a love for most of your life, and this is a big deal. And now all of a sudden, all of the tickets are being bought up because these.
This isn't about tickets, though, not to hijack you.
I
but,
see.
Like, let's face it.
Okay.
The majority of the populace that can afford the $4,000 Super Bowl ticket, it's not these people.
I see. Gotcha. I was thinking that this was like,
that are like,
this is, they're
no,
infiltrating. Gotcha.
It's people not even at the fucking game that are watching it on their TV, and it has nothing to do with their viewing.
What?
So they're just mad that women are a part of it now.
People are furious at TSN because they posted it. Now they're calling it the Taylor Swift Network, only because they like posted a photo of Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce's kiss at the game. Like,
so they're really giving credit to a woman that has nothing to do with sports in the world of sports.
Yeah, is there
also,
like
why is it such a
state that got more upset about this than others? Like, what's this? What are the statistics on this? Is it, like heavy football towns that are a little behind the times that are upset more than, say, people like Portland that are a little bit more fluid?
Yeah, I'm not sure where from, honestly, but like I will say, even in my own experience in my own social network circles, I've been surprised how many people I thought would have zero level of give a fuck.
Now, as a gay, I'm going. Where's the gays? Let's go see some fucking football.
Yeah, the gays are going to take over.
There.
Although, to be fair, like Beyonce, Rihanna, and they'd be courtside and they'd make a clip and stuff like that. The difference, I think, is the fact that it's not just a quick like attention to that. It's that this
is very involved
tidal wave of attention around that is coming in. And it's like, we don't want that shit here. That tidal wave of like the Hollywood. We want our tidal wave to be about the sport and to be about the players playing the sport, and it to be a sideline attention, which I do kind of understand. Now, if it's the fact that yes, obviously the sex of women's going to have it can't be ignored. There's no way it doesn't have anything to do with that. But I do see a certain level of fucking annoyance of like, fucking join the space rather than take over the space.
But that's all, like, this is the thing. It's the media that's done the latter. Like, she's literally just up in the stands.
Right.
Then I'm also like, it's brought in all these people, exactly that. Some people may just be watching because they want to get a glimpse or what have you. But I'm like, $330 million of revenue that this has brought in. Like,
if I was the media, I'd be doing it too.
Right? I'm just kind
Like
of like,
if all it's doing is bringing revenue to your favorite sport and it's gonna make it that much better, those players probably get paid a little bit more,
But people
maybe.
don't see it that way. The human
I
experience
know.
doesn't see it that way. The human experience sees their little piece of their world that they get to
Right.
love and disappear into, and as they know it, and their little piece of comfort being completely switched up for something that they don't understand, that they're not drawn towards, and that
Right.
infiltrating. And so they don't care that they're not like, I'm glad that Joe, whatever. I'm just was at Joe Montana. I'm pretty sure he was a player like 90 years ago. Point
knows?
being, they don't give a shit what their favorite player makes. They care
Mhm.
that their little piece of sanctuary stays their little
Right.
sanctuary.
yeah.
And when that's getting
Yeah.
infiltrated, and that's why it's like, that's all great for the sport and for women and all those different things.
Right.
But I do see why there's an annoyance there, because if I'm honest, I would be pretty annoyed too.
You know
Even if
what?
it was,
When
yeah, I
You're
would.
right. You're right. Because when I personally get up first thing in the morning to watch football with my beer and I go to take a shit on my shitter outside and I just want to scratch my balls
Yeah.
and look at men playing other sports, I think to myself, I don't want to see Taylor Swift right now. I don't want all these girlies here. I just want to do my dude thing and I just want to watch some fucking bros get down and land some scores. So come off it, you guys. Taylor Swift, get the fuck out of here.
The more that
They're loving
people
it.
get mad,
course,
it's
the
making
more
their
that they
comment
tune in.
sections blow
Yes.
up. So the engagement is so high.
Who does the statistics? I want to see a physical photo of the individual that goes, this annoys me. And I want to see a physical
guy in the
photo of
corner,
the other people.
the girl
And
in the
I
corner.
just would love to know because we all know who that guy is. And it's like, come on, the game hasn't stopped. It's still happening. And you know what? It'll happen for a moment in time. It's as big. It's almost just like as big as COVID. It's like we don't even really talk about COVID anymore. But how big was it? It was so big for like 2-3 years. And it's like now Taylor Swift is taking over, but that's just how it goes. It'll end.
I don't know.
It'll
She
end.
does kind of take over genres. She's took over the country world, the pop world.
Right.
Now she's going to take over the football
She took over the
world, have
four
football
violins.
babies.
Like, yeah, football babies. Who else? I don't even know
didn't-
any other women that are as popular that would have dated football players. Who else? I don't know. Football
Some-
players for sure.
Like some of the Kardashians before they were famous.
Giselle Bunchev or Giselle
Victoria's Secret model?
Giselle Bunchev.
Nobody knows. Everybody's like, I don't fucking know.
Oh, what was it? Tim Hardy was his name. What's the football player's name?
Tim
Tom.
Hardy.
Tom Hardy's that
Remember when I
actor.
thought the-
Brady.
remember when I
Tim
thought the
Tom
basketball
Brady.
player-
Tim Brady.
Oh my God. Tim
Someone
Hardy.
asked me to name 5 NHL players and I couldn't.
Mm.
I was like, does Wayne Gretzky count?
Oh, Kobe O'Brien. Remember that?
Elias Pettersson.
Yeah. You could just hear any of the guys that listen to this. They're like, and this is why women don't belong in sports.
Get
And you're
them
like, no,
outta
this is
here."
why I, as an individual, don't belong. Look, and I love going to live games. I'm in. Don't talk to me. I'm not here
Same.
to visit. I'm here to watch the damn game. So I
Yeah.
have a deep appreciation for athletes and what they do. I'm just definitely not chucking it on the television, learning stats and all that stuff. And I think it's
Maybe we should
very cool
commentary
the
it.
people that do. It's just not my
Yeah.
jam.
I
Yeah.
once won loudest fan at a baseball game, and I
With
got
your
the
clap?
entire Indiana Jones box set VHS.
Lucky duck. Lucky duck.
I know.
Jeez. How's
Amazing
that never come up in one of our What If You Won before?
Yeah, you don't really watch too many movies yet. You
My
get the
mom was
VHS
stoked.
box
She
set.
was like, Harrison Ford's a babe.
Yes.
Whoa, Boner City.
Boner City for sure. My
Right,
God,
Okay,
you guys
Richelle?
Michelle,
know.
what's
Well,
your
it's fun.
what's
Sounds
your
like a debate.
question?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you guys are so right. What is my next question? I'm here. We got it. We know it. Okay, are you ready for this? It's a
Porn.
would you rather.
Right.
Would you rather be blind for life, which is, very difficult, or like lose your memory every 3 months? Would you rather? This came up in a drinking game last night. This is why I'm asking this, because I really didn't know what the fuck to say. I chose every 3 months lose my memory, because I thought to myself, could you imagine grabbing boobs for the first time every 3 months? I was like,
there it
yeah.
is. Oh, yeah. Having a first kiss, having a first everything. You like, said that thing that you regret, forget about it. In 3 months, forget about it.
Nobody knows.
I'm a first kiss.
At least you don't.
Actually, I think obviously there's a lot of downsides to this, without a doubt, like losing your memory kind of thing, because you're also learning most of anything you've learned. So it's hard to make a lot of traction in life and really get to your goals. But you just have to accept you're going to live very simply.
Think about that.
You'd have to just accept. I think that over blindness, because I love being able to see, and I think that would affect me more in my well-being if I just was like, oh my gosh, what I would give to and see. How am I going to see how good my Botox looks?
My lip fillers, which I actually need.
How would I ever?
I'm a big fan of lip fillers and Botox, as everyone knows. So, I'm like, I didn't have an upper lip before. I'm like, thank you, whatever the fuck's in my face. But on that note, I would pick the 3 months, but I wouldn't live simply. This is like the golden ticket. I would make all the bad decisions and lean into them. And then the best part is like the 3 months
be in jail
for memory. I know, but then I would
forget. I would be like, how am I here?
And I would be like, exactly. And they'd be like, oh, she has no memory. Like, and then off I go back into the world again, start in a new land.
I don't think they let you off because you have a bad memory.
I was like, they have a bad
I don't think any judge is like, you know what? Here's the deal, guys. She loses her memory. Let her be.
Have you seen how many criminals are on our streets in Vancouver because of how broken our justice system is? If you followed our justice system right now, there's no way that I would be locked up.
The justice system is quite bogus right now. I think it kind of always has been.
Oh, it's insane. Like, people are like, if you do petty crime and just steal shit and whatever, like, that's the route. Because they don't.
They still haven't figured out murders.
You're talking petty crime shit.
Oh, you thought I was killing people?
Well, I didn't think you were killing people. I know that's not in your heart, even with memory loss.
I was just thinking like robbing
with memory loss.
I was just thinking like you were like maybe like grand theft or
I wouldn't be opposed to
bank robbery.
Like bank robbery is a little risky. I feel like that would require a lot of strategy that I wouldn't be able to accomplish in 3 months. Okay. They need to be crimes that don't require heavy planning.
Yeah, this is true.
Okay. I just have to say this, which I think is just so funny. If the world had the option to only either be blind or lose their memory every 3 months, could you imagine the poor world that those blind people would be living in, where people with only a memory of 3 months were walking around? They'd be like, there they go again. Every 3 months. Every 3 months.
Constantly asking the blind people why there's so many blind people, because they can't remember the story. But why so many people are blind? Son of a fuck, I've told this. I don't know how many times.
We would all be separated.
This one more time. Yeah, for that alone. Yeah, if I was like in my 20s, this wouldn't have been a far cry from just how my memory just worked in general.
Right now, as my memory is so bad.
Oh, is it?
Oh, and you know what? It gets even worse when I drink. I don't know what it is. Last night they were like,
I think that's around the globe thing. Like no one's like, you know what? I remember every moment.
Yeah.
The clarity I have about last night. Wowza.
The clarity I have about last night's shenanigans.
That tequila gave me the clearest of minds. I love how you said that.
Fuck.
It's even worse when I drink.
Like it might be the poison.
Fucking say. Whoa.
Some people remember. Some people have such a good memory. My brother last night, he's like, I remember everything. We were all like at a 12.
Well, that's just different levels of drunkenness.
I was gonna say, I feel like he was just called buzzed.
So bad.
I don't think he was drunk. I think that's you being drunk, speaking to somebody that had a couple drinks. And then they're just like, I remember it all. And you're like, well,
a little fuzzy.
yeah.
Well, that was
Okay, so
amazing.
we all chose memory. Love that.
Yeah. That
We're in it,
actually,
we're
I
in
mean,
it.
on a serious note, because I mean, there's
Please
people
do
that
on
listen
this
from all
episode.
over. But like, I do think it's important to acknowledge that that is how some people have no choice. And it's like, I truly couldn't imagine. That actually was my dad's biggest fear, was going blind. So when he passed, we donated to CNIB. Like the one thing that didn't happen to him kind of thing, but it was like very fearful. And you're just like, that would just be wild. of an
Yeah.
exit,
Well,
right?
it was funny that question came up because not long ago, just before COVID happened, I did get diagnosed that I have this cyst that's growing in behind my eyes, and they were like, you will one good day go blind. And so I just thought that was so interesting because not only do I have a bad fucking memory, I may go blind at some point or another. And I just think to myself,
we'll be there for you.
I'm going to really hate it if I forget these beautiful sunsets. But then again, I'm happy to have been able to have seen them at all. So
That's the
for
truth.
anybody
isn't
out
it?
there that is blind, I totally respect how you do the things you do. It's very, very impressive. And I guess I should start counting my steps, right? That's what you learn in videos and movies. It's like you start going blind, you start to think about those things like tactile, sounds, vibrations, things like that.
Well, and things enhance. Like it's crazy how your body enhances other senses. It just shows how adaptive the human condition is. It's crazy.
I bet you it's going to improve your memory if that happened.
Right?
Real quick.
Fuck
'Cause you'd
yeah.
have to
I'll be like,
remember
where's
shit.
that ginkgo, baby? Let's go.
And back to ridiculous on the off-road.
Back to ridiculousness.
You just went off-roading with the Motovation Podcast, hosted by Laurie Joy Kingwell and myself, Krissy Vann.
And of course, a special thank you to Richelle from True Grit Moto.
Whoop, boss it.
Never miss an episode by hitting like or subscribe. Connect with us on Instagram at Motovation Podcast and visit our website at themotovation.com. And in the meantime, full pegs, full throttle.
I think this is good though. It's like healthy, you know? Like people will be like, oh my God, I don't floss.
Oh, it's to be so hard not to laugh to get through this intro.